Welcome to our daily show where we discuss the fourth stimulus check update, what's going on in the United States, what's going on in Washington, D.C., money, investing, and the $3.5 trillion stimulus package that will be the largest stimulus package yet to date. The third stimulus check package was $1.9 trillion for comparison. This next one will be almost twice the size. You may not even get unemployment benefits either. In the state of Florida, Florida is actually withholding funds from two entire school districts who are now requiring masks, going against their Republican governor, Ron DeSantis, despite court rulings who ruled against the Republican governor after the Republican governor banned state a state ban on mask mandates. The court ruled against the Republican governor, Ron DeSantis, who said that they can't require mask mandates. The courts overruled the Republican governor, saying he overstepped his boundaries. And now the state is withholding funds from two entire school districts. Yeah. So it's safe to say that there will be entire battles going on in our country over whether mask mandates, and more will be going on in our country here over the next several months. Alachua and Broward are among at least 12 school districts to approve mask mandates with no parental opt-out despite threat of sanctions. Now, President Biden has provided some stimulus relief for many Americans in the form of up to almost $10 billion of student loan debt cancellation here in the recent months. Here's who got relief. President Joe Biden has shown an appetite for helping out American student loan borrowers, with probably more to come. The U.S. Department of Education just reported that it has approved $9.5 billion in student loan discharges since January alone, lightening the burdens of 563,000 borrowers who now have the more ability to increase savings, invest money, and deal with other debts. If you haven't been paying attention, you might even qualify for some of that student loan relief. But what happened to the idea of wiping out debt for every borrower? Well, that actually might be coming on still here in the future. President Biden has said he'd be willing to do at least $10,000 of student loan forgiveness, although other Democrats like Senate Majority Leader Chuck Schumer and Elizabeth Warren want $50,000 of student loan debt cancellation. And a lot of other Democrats have said that once they do that, there should be other types of debt cancellation for people who didn't get student loan debt cancellation, like mortgage debt cancellation, medical debt cancellation, tax debt forgiveness, credit card debt forgiveness for people who didn't get the student loan debt cancellation, because about 1 in 6 adults have student loan debt. But for people that don't have student loan debt, there could be other types of debt cancellation or debt forgiveness coming after this student loan debt forgiveness is all done and over with, or even during the same process. So I will keep you up to date on all of this. But the student loan debt that is being forgiven or has been forgiven, $7.1 billion for borrowers with total and permanent disabilities, 55 million for students who attended 3 different trade schools that officials misrepresented themselves to students, another $1 billion for students that were defrauded by their schools or their schools closed on them. If you think you might qualify under one of these different conditions, I will put a link down below in the description of this video to the official government website where the student loan forgiveness forms and more information is. If you're on a mobile phone, you might need to click the down arrow next to the title of this video to open up the description and find the official link to the student loan forgiveness page of the U.S. government. Now, unemployment benefits are set to expire, the extra $300 per week bonus unemployment benefits, and the extra weeks of unemployment benefits past the normal 26 weeks that most states have. Um, More than 11 million people will be impacted by this looming expiration date of September 6th, which is now in 5 days or less. 11 million people. This is coupled with the Supreme Court decision where the Republican-led majority Supreme Court, there's 6 Republicans that have been appointed by Republican presidents, 6 Republicans on the Supreme Court, and 3 Democrats on the Supreme Court, and that's exactly what the vote was. The vote was 6-3, and they, for the second time, struck down the eviction moratorium from that President Biden and the Biden administration put in there. So the eviction moratorium has been struck down for the second time, along with the unemployment benefits that will be ending here. So the unemployment benefits are going to end for over 11 million people. This eviction moratorium is also going to affect over 10 million people. We're not exactly sure how many people this is going to affect, but it's going to be over 10 million people. I've seen numbers of up to over 15 million people. But nonetheless, tens of millions of people are going to be affected by both of these different provisions ending here in the next, well, the eviction moratorium is now ended. The unemployment benefits are ending here within the next few days. Republican governors have already ended unemployment benefits in several different states, 25 different states, although there are lawsuits going on in several different states. Democrats control the House, the Senate, and obviously the presidency under President Biden. Democrats are struggling to say, what do we do? Democrats are trying to extend both the unemployment benefits and the eviction moratorium. And they could possibly do both of these, but they're trying to figure out ways to do this. One easier way to do this would be simply to put money in the pockets of people via a stimulus check, stimulus provisions. Any type of money in people's pockets would help out people being evicted, help out people losing unemployment benefits, help out people in need. And there's several different ways they can do this with stimulus checks, this next stimulus package, stimulus provisions in this next package, stimulus checks, in addition to multiple different stimulus programs like on this list. When you look on this list, there's multiple different items, really dozens of items, that can help people put money in their pocket or save their money. For example, the student loan forgiveness of $10 billion that we just discussed, that's going, if that accounts for you, if you're one of those people, that's going to pretty much change your life. If you just got $10,000 of student loans forgiven, or $20,000, or however much money you got forgiven, that's going to change your life. Okay. If you're one of the 40 million people or so that has a pause on student loans until January 31st, well, then you don't need to pay your payments until January 31st. You don't have any interest accruing. You don't need to pay your payments. So if your payments are $200 a month, $300 a month, $400 a month, whatever your payments are, it's basically like a car payment that you don't have to pay. There's no interest accruing. That is a temporary stimulus item, stimulus type item that is helping you for the next 6 months. It's basically, a lot of people have student loans that are like a car payment that they don't have to pay for the next 6 months. They also recently passed a 25% SNAP increase that is going to be permanent. It is going to be permanent. Okay. That is going to help out, I think it's 42 million Americans that are on SNAP, also known as food stamps. Okay. This is something that they could extend as well through the next stimulus package. They could extend temporary SNAP bonuses on top of the new 25% permanent increase. The new permanent increase goes into effect on October 1st. Okay. Those are going to be permanent increases. But they could do another temporary increase on top of that. And again, that's like 42 million Americans get SNAP benefits. If you're low income, you might want to go to Google after this and say apply for SNAP benefits. By the way, also there's a phone number you can apply for SNAP if you're low income. I believe it's 1-800-221-5689. 1-800-221-5689. I believe you have to make under $17,000 per year, and there's some other qualifications as well. You have to make under $1,400 per month. It's just one of the qualifications. Again, that phone number is 1-800-221-5689. The average person gets about $121 per month before this 25% increase. So after this 25% increase, which is going to increase by $36 for the average person, so they're going to get like $150 per month. But that's the average person. I understand a lot of people get a lot less than that. Some people only get like $20 a month, so they're going to go to $25 per month. But some people get more than that. So again, I understand that not everybody gets that. Some people get more, some people get less. But there's going to be some other things in this package, possibly utility assistance. There's a proposal going around for $40 billion of utility assistance. Could be something like that in this next package. We could have utility assistance where people could get a couple $100 in utility assistance, several $100 in utility assistance. That something could happen in this next package. Just like the internet assistance that is going on right now, that is $50 every single month for your internet bill or your cell phone bill. We have literally thousands of people from this channel that are getting it right now. By the way, I'll just mention this again in case you haven't gotten this in the past. You can go and apply for this. This is a stimulus provision from the third stimulus check package, okay? This is just one of those other stimulus provisions that they put money in your pocket in other ways. It's $50 per month. Per month. This is still ongoing. This is going to go on until the fund runs out of money. By the time this is all said and done, this could go on for 10 months and you could get $500. This could go on for more than 10 months. This could give you more than $500, okay? You can see here, $50 per month discount on your broadband internet service, which basically means your home internet service. This also works for cell phones, okay? It's one per household. $75 per month if your home's on a tribal land, and $100 discount on a laptop, tablet, or desktop computer. This one's a little bit harder to get from what I understand. You apply right here on this website. You apply right here. You do it right here on the website. Again, the website is, we have literally had thousands of people get it. Apply right here. After you apply, you go through this little process. You get approved, and then you call your internet provider. They give you like a code or something like that. You get approved on the website here, and then you call your internet provider and tell them you got approved. You can thank me later because I've had tens of thousands of people literally get approved. It's just an extra little stimulus item that'll give you $50 off your internet bill or your cell phone bill per month. There's going to be a lot of different things like that that could be in this next package. That's from the third stimulus check package. We have already had people from our viewers, from our extended family here, that have been getting that for several months already, okay? When we look at that, there's going to be a lot of programs like that in this next package, like possible child tax credit extension. Remember, those monthly checks only go until the end of this year. They're also saying that there's going to be an adult tax credit in this next package, okay? That's probably going to be for adults that make under $50,000. But we don't know all the details yet. We don't know. Remember, a tax credit is basically a check, and we don't know if they're going to send it out in advance like they're doing the child tax credits, or if you're going to get it on your tax return. But a tax credit is basically a check. A lot of people get confused in that. That's the easiest way to think about that. There could be the $10,200 unemployment tax break. Unemployment tax credit. Again, tax credit is a check. In this particular case, they're still sending these out from the third stimulus check package that is retroactive for last year's tax credit. Yeah, you can see here, utility assistance, mortgage assistance, free college, possible home buyer tax credit, SNAP assistance, lower prescription drug prices, lower taxes for people making under $400,000. There's going to be a lot of creative ways In addition or besides, I don't even know how to word that. uh, uh, in addition or besides a fourth stimulus check. We're hoping that they add a fourth stimulus check in there, but whether or not they do, there's going to be all these additional programs in addition or besides. I don't even know if I'm using the right terminology there. There's going to be all these other programs in this next package besides a possible fourth stimulus check for this next package. So I will keep you up to date with everything. This is my newest stimulus check video. You should watch that next. And this video is the new video on how Social Security is in trouble based on a new report. So click on one of those videos next. Thanks, guys, and I will see you in the next video, in the next video, in the next